What's going on? What's up? Welcome back to NGB Talk. My name is Nick Brown. Thanks so much for being here with us. I got Scott Hall with us today. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Not much. I'm good.
All right.
Glad to be back.
I'm glad that you are back.
That's good.
We have much to be thankful for.
That's right.
Titans still got a shot at the division. We're going to break all that down. We're going to break down the awful Sunday night football game. I know
Primetime game.
Primetime loss is what we're going to call it.
Yeah, it was not good.
I'm going to tell you what I think about that. We're going to get into maybe the later part of this video, maybe another video, the Titans-Texans matchup that's coming up in Week 17. We have some other fun stuff to get into.
That's right.
Right now, here's the first thing that I have to say. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say anything that hasn't already been said about the Packers' loss, because already so many things have been said. You know, the snow, the white uniforms in the snow.
I remember turning on the game and I could not even see the Titans. So there was probably
I mean,
but you would think that would be to the Titans' benefit.
Oh, I mean, just those guys know how to play in the snow, though.
I know, it's such I feel like that's just an excuse.
Could be an excuse.
Just an excuse.
So
I'm not blaming the snow.
That's why I want to get into some stuff about this, okay? So, the snow, right?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that the Titans' defense is just the worst thing that we've ever seen.
Yep.
This is... Someone posted on Twitter, like Chuck Cecil, where are you? It's so bad. And honestly, the Titans' defense was not any worse this past week than it's been all season.
Mm-hmm.
We even got a sack. We even got an interception. It's just the Titans' offense didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So,
go ahead. It's all you.
So, I want to talk about the fact that the Tennessee Titans were looking ahead of this game.
Mm-hmm.
The Tennessee Titans, while I'm not saying they meant to lose, they didn't try to win. Or they didn't put forth 100% to win.
Is this the conspiracy theory?
Of course this is the conspiracy theory.
They didn't try to win.
The Titans were looking ahead of this game.
Okay.
They showed up on... Now, let me lay out this for you, okay? Tennessee Titans were going into this game, and what did they already know? The Steelers had beaten the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I was with you when we were kind of watching that happen. That was huge.
Yeah.
And we were out there getting some burgers and whatnot, and it looked really bad.
Wait, so they came down from, wasn't it the score was
24, maybe 21-0 at one
That's
point,
crazy.
24-7. They were down big time, and somehow they just did it. And honestly, watching the highlights, it doesn't look like anything's changed for their offense.
Yeah.
I think their defense did a few more things towards the end of the game than their defense has been doing, but the Steelers' offense, it's still Big Ben, just throwing them quick passes, playing backyard football, doing what he does, and this time they actually did something, which is huge, huge for the Titans, right?
Yeah, so good. It's the only time I'm gonna root for the Steelers.
For sure. Oh no, I hate the Steelers.
Anytime against the Colts.
Oh my gosh. There's so many people on Twitter be like, "Can you root for Marcus Mariota right now?"
I'm not rooting for Marcus. I have a grudge against Marcus Mariota for some reason.
What is with your grudge?
I don't get it. I just Tannehill's better, and I feel like we should have started Tannehill last season, and there's just some grudge there against Marcus. I don't care how good of a guy he is. It doesn't matter.
Well, I think Marcus Mariota fans would not say that his best quality is how nice of a guy he is. I think they'd say dude can play and dude is clutch when it counts.
When it counts, maybe. I mean, he beat the Chiefs that one good game, but
beat the Chiefs that one good game.
That's all I'm giving to him though. I'm not giving him anything else. This is
an argument for another day.
Yeah.
Mariota's the man.
He's okay.
However, I absolutely get behind Tannehill is the dude.
Mm-hmm.
Mariota, Mike Keith would talk about him as being the maestro. Tannehill's the general.
Yeah.
And that's how his teammates describe him.
Yeah, if you just watch both of them play, Tannehill just looks so much more smooth with everything he does.
Confident, the air he puts on his balls.
Yeah.
Put some air on those balls.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to say, but yeah, you're right. He throws the ball better than Mariota does.
The first game we saw Tannehill come out and actually play.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not talk about the Denver loss, the Denver goose egg, but the San Diego Chargers game. It was amazing to watch him escape the pocket, throw the ball on the move. Just surgical is the word I would say.
He just has a confidence, I think, that Mariota just did not have.
Yeah, it seems like Mariota was big on vibes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like if he's feeling it, he's feeling it, right? And like when it's clutch, he's like feeling it. But you can't feel the vibes in the beginning of the game, the first quarter, you know? It seems like, you know, Tannehill, he's just a general. He is surgical. And honestly, it seems like just a match made in heaven between Vrabes, Arthur Smith, and Tannehill.
Yeah, let's hope we can keep it together.
Let's hope we can keep it together. Let's hope we can keep talking about these guys for a long time because Arthur Smith is
gone.
That's what I said.
Maybe not, because a lot of people are complaining about his play calling against the Packers.
Oh my gosh, that's what I got to talk about though.
So he might not leave.
Let me tell you about. Let me actually talk about what I wanted to talk about. Cincy Titans are not only in a situation now where they are going against the Texans in Week 17, a Texans team that has nothing to play for, just like last year's Week 17. I mean, it's deja vu.
Yeah.
Not only is that what we're getting prepared for, but the Titans in Week 16 went and had a loss against a big heavyweight NFC team. Do you remember what it was last year?
Last year they
Week
lost
16.
Week 16, and it was very important. The Saints?
The Saints, yeah, the Saints. Yeah, they lost to the Saints. They lost to the Saints basically because of a really bad hit on Khalif Raymond.
Yeah.
Like the general was taking it down the field, and really bad hit on Raymond that didn't get called in the game. Gave him a concussion about 2 or 3 weeks. And then eventually they actually called him. The league fined the player on the bad hit. Love the refs. We'll get into the refs later. Anyway, so not only are we going against a Week 17 going into a Week 17 matchup against the Texans, and they have nothing to play for. We have just come off a loss that we didn't need to win. Mm-hmm. We didn't need to win against the Saints last year. They sat Derrick Henry because the hamstring was acting up.
Mm-hmm. It still would have been nice to win it, though.
Would have been nice to win. We didn't need to win because I think it was the Saturday before that Sunday. The Texans had beaten the Bucs, and that made them the division champs. That made their path to the playoffs like crystal clear, and they did not need to win another game. So they went ahead and lost. They started A.J. McCarron, yada yada yada. Derrick Henry runs for 211. It's amazing. NFL rushing champion. He's the king, right? All that happens in Week 17. Not only that, we're also setting ourselves up for another Week 17 win and you're in situation. This one's obviously a little bit different because it's a situation in which even if we lose, we could still get into the playoffs. Mm-hmm. But we're facing, is it the 5th year in a row, a Week 17 win and you're in situation? It seems like it is.
It feels like it.
Seems like we've been doing this for
the built up stress.
5,000 years, honestly. Yeah. Gosh, we'll have to unpack that. But I think the benefit of having the Sunday night game, the Titans, for whatever reason, or for many reasons, went into it thinking, we don't need to win this game. Let's not waste 100% of our effort on this game. Honestly, I think that. I think that for a number of reasons. Number one, we're just talking him up right here, but the terrible, awful play of Ryan Tannehill. It was awful.
Yeah, he did.
His worst game as a Titan.
The only good thing he did was like the 40-yard touchdown run.
Yeah.
That's like the 2 interceptions.
But I mean, that was teed up. I mean, Logan Woodside could have made that happen.
Yeah.
They teed it up for him. Yeah, I mean, just too easy.
But like the two interceptions, which he wouldn't normally throw.
Would not.
Because he just chucked them up, just hoping somebody would grab them. And I think that was like a desperation thing.
I think honestly, the offense went out there like, all right, we're gonna play, but this is not gonna be. Mm-hmm. We're not gonna show the league everything we have in our playbook this game.
Yeah, it looks like we honestly didn't really get started. Like the offense didn't get started until like 5 minutes left.
Did Corey Davis
in the second quarter.
Did Corey Davis get a catch?
No.
He got targeted. He not. Oh, like let me stack this up for you. Number one, Tannehill's worst game as a Titan.
Mm-hmm.
We just do not see this guy play this way. Number two, Corey Davis did not get a single catch. Okay? Whatever. Bad game. The Titans are allowed to have bad games. The offense is allowed to have bad games. I saw the Bengals game.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I saw the first half of the Steelers game. Whatever. Not challenging the play where Aaron Jones runs down the sideline and clearly steps out of bounds. Clearly. There's a Jumbotron at Lambeau. Mm-hmm. They're replaying that. You could see that. Dude was probably calling Mike saying, this is where you challenge, bro. Of any time you challenge right here, right now. What if Mike Vrabel intentionally did not challenge it? You know what? Let's go ahead and just allow them to get these points, allow them to win this game. I'm just saying.
It's a very bold conspiracy.
Now, okay, this is giving a lot of credit to the Titans staff for thinking, but like, look back to the Colts game, week 14-ish. I don't know. The second time we played the Colts in Indy, Derrick Henry goes out there and has 140 yards in the first half because I think they knew this is the game.
Mm-hmm.
This is the game for the division right here. And honestly, looking back, it absolutely was.
Yeah.
That set up a line of events in which the Colts would win against the Raiders and the Packers. The Colts would lose to the Steelers. I forget who else they played. They beat the Texans. You know, and the Titans won all those games too. They happened to lose against the Browns. I don't think that was part of the plan. But winning against Indy, the time that they did, and just steamrolling them, right? I mean, they destroyed the Colts. I think that was setting them up for a Week 17 in which they could just play, do their thing, and be the division champs, honestly.
It still makes me nervous.
Like on a scale of 1 to 10, like, Deshaun Watson's going to play.
Yeah. I mean, they're without like Will Fuller. They're without like some good players, but
they might be without Laramie Tunsil. He might have a foot thing,
but we're also missing some players.
All right, so I'm giving a lot of credit to the Titans head coaching staff here and everything, and obviously, like the Titans could have had a terrible game,
mm-hmm.
you know, but should they have had a great game against the Packers is the question. In the snow. Possibly injure some guys. I mean, you look at the offensive line. The defensive line of the Packers were in Tannehill's face the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
Like they never got clear like footing on the ground. I'm just saying. I think maybe the Titans were looking ahead of the game.
And we never got pressure on Aaron Rodgers until we needed to put pressure on him on that 4th and 2, I think, and we finally sacked him.
Yeah, and Wyatt Ray went out there and got one.
That was like the only time we got pressure on Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I think the defense just went out there and did their thing, but I feel like if you look at the plays that were called, it honestly did not even look like the Titans offense.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't even look like it.
I felt like
where's the crossing route to A.J. Brown?
Yeah.
So to allow him to take it to the house. Where is, you know, the outside go route to Corey Davis or to Khalif Raymond? Like, none of that was there. It just did not even look like the Titans offense. It was a challenge that absolutely needed to happen and didn't. I'm just saying. I don't think that they showed up thinking we absolutely have to win this game. I feel like Week 17, the Titans are going to steamroll the Texans. They're going to take care of business because they know they have to.
Mm-hmm. I feel like after the Rashaan Evans hands to the face,
jeez,
we were just like, okay,
get out of here, Evans.
We're done.
It
was like so unnecessary, and it just. Like, anytime the Titans get a stop on 3rd down, it was like a mini celebration to be had because it's so rare.
Yeah.
And then there was a penalty. It was a very late call, but...
speaking of calls, what about the call on Josh Kalu? The call on Josh Kalu.
Yeah, the offsides call.
So stupid. And you know why they're doing that? Because Josh Kalu is always the guy that
mm-hmm.
will block punts or will try. And that time he wasn't even in a position to, try to beat the snap count. And so they're like, I bet refs are like fixed on that guy anyway. And so they're just calling it because I don't know what to say about that game. Like, there's so many things about that game was like, it's fishy.
A lot of people were saying that call actually benefited the Titans because then we could just, like, we went and scored and ran out the clock instead of...
Yeah.
So...
But the thing about that call is that call gave them another chance.
Yeah. And we wouldn't normally...
To score a field goal.
We wouldn't normally stop Aaron Rodgers on 4th and 2.
Yeah.
Our defense wouldn't, so definitely risky.
Anyway. So that's my takeaway from it. Maybe I'm giving way too much credit to Mike Vrabel and everybody. Maybe they went out there and they gave 100%. It just did not look like it.
I definitely think the Packers, like, with everything going against the Titans, so, like, the snow, whatever.
The snow.
The refs.
The refs.
Whatever else, I think the Packers were the better team.
Packers.
Way better team.
The Packers.
Just that day.
Obviously, the defense... The Packers has stepped it up in the second half of the season. Give them a lot of credit. I like, if you're a Packers fan, you're watching this. Like, yeah, Packers look phenomenal. They look great, and they would absolutely be a team that I would be. We'd only see them in the Super Bowl, but I'd be like, dang, we have our work cut out for us. I was thinking that going into the game. I knew that the defense was going to be terrible against Aaron Rodgers. I knew it was going to be a game. I called it saying, like, the only way we win is if we play keep away. And our offense could not play keep away.
And then I said Devontae Adams last week, and we saw what happened.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, you said it.
And then if you watch the game, Chris Collinsworth the entire time is talking about his feet. The entire time. How Devontae Adams, like, never uses his hands when he plays, and he only uses his feet. And they had, like, so many close-ups of, like, Devontae Adams' cleats over and over and over.
Chris Collinsworth.
And Devontae Adams just lit us up with just his feet. So
he caught the ball with his feet.
I feel like he could have that game. So.
He probably could have. Adoree Jackson looked like he was allergic to tackling.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was so many times. And then their running back, that rookie Dillon, is it AJ Dillon?
AJ Dillon.
He looked fantastic.
It was like the first team I've seen like establish the pass, and then once they established the pass, they got the run going. That's what it felt like, because they could get anything they wanted off the pass. And then at that point, the Titans were kind of like playing back. And that allowed...
It was a bad game.
Yeah, it was not fun to watch.
That was not fun to watch. But it's gone. It's done. We still, honestly, like, I'm just thinking, like, maybe they thought the whole time we got Week 17... Texans, we could still take this division potentially.
And I don't mind a loss like that before the playoffs, because I mean every team has had a loss like that. Like the Packers lost to the Bucks, the Titans beat the Bills, New Orleans beat the Bucks. Like there's been some huge like blowouts, and like before the playoffs, it kind of gives us like an underdog maybe mentality.
Sure.
Before going in, and I feel like that's when the Titans play the best last year.
Absolutely.
Underdogs come in, beat the Patriots and then the Ravens,
and then
should have beat the Chiefs, but we don't have to talk about that.
You can make the argument anyway. So that's my thinking on it. I might be giving too much credit to Titans head coaching staff. I'm hopeful that this Week 17 matchup, that all the marbles are obviously in. I'm hoping that the Titans are able to come out victorious on this. So. Other reactions that you had to Week 16. We talked Steelers Colts. Did you see Ryan Fitzpatrick get his face turned around?
Ryan Fitzpatrick got destroyed and still made the pass.
Let me tell you something. The Buffalo Bills, when they took on the Titans, these Titans, in '99 in the playoffs, they changed their quarterback to, I forget his name. I think Jim Kelly was the guy, and I think they switched him, perhaps. Oh, you guys in the comment section, you're going to have to let me know. It was a Music City...
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
The Music City Miracle game. The Music City Miracle game. The Bills, they switched quarterbacks? Are the Miami Dolphins going to have to do this? Like, they've been switching back and forth all year, though.
They've been switching back and forth,
How do you not...
And it works. I don't know what their coach is doing. It's worked every single time.
It has worked every time. It's like, let the kid play.
Let him play, and he goes off. And then when he doesn't play well, put in Fitzpatrick, and
It's amazing.
Fitzpatrick does his thing.
So I guess you got to just keep doing that.
I would keep doing it for sure. So just start to every single game. And then when he sucks, Fitzpatrick comes in. So if the Dolphins would have lost that, would the Titans have made the playoffs? Like, would we already secure a spot?
I think so, yeah.
That's so devastating.
We were needing a Ravens or a Dolphins loss. So they beat the Raiders. Yeah, that's what we needed. Like, man, the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
Awful.
What a joke.
Yeah, they're awful. So bad. And people are already coming for, like, Gruden's head.
People are there, man. They're after him. What a joke. I can't believe how bad they are. The defense is awful. I watched a lot of that Marcus Mariota game when they were playing the Chargers, and you have Darren Waller there. It's like a fourth down. It's like a goal line stand that the Chargers put on. Marcus Mariota hands the ball off to Josh Jacobs twice, and then on third down or fourth down or something, they throw it to the fullback. It's like, geez, this is some garbage. Like, the defense of the Raiders is just putrid, awful, make you want to throw up, awful, right? And then the offense comes out and just does some really questionable, weird things.
So they were better last year, right? Because I feel like Josh Jacobs has regressed a little bit.
It was like the same.
Was it the same?
Josh Jacobs got over 1,000 yards last year, was a candidate for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Then he got injured towards the end of the season. I don't think he played in the game against the Titans towards the end. So, it's hard to say. But, I mean, you could say he regressed, but also Derek Carr at the beginning of the season was playing great football.
Yeah, didn't they start? Like, they had a very good starting record. I can't remember
Great.
what it was.
They were doing awesome. I posted a tweet the other day comparing the Bills to the Raiders. And the tweet said something along the lines of, the Raiders are one Hail Mary away from having lost their last, 6 of 7 games. While the Bills are one Hail Mary, I was at your apartment, away from winning 8 in a row if it wasn't for the one Hail Mary that the Cardinals had. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that? That was incredible.
That feels so long ago, but yeah.
It feels forever ago.
That was insane.
That was this season.
Thank God DeAndre Hopkins is not on the Texans.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Bill O'Brien is the man.
I know.
I wish he would stick around forever.
I agree. That would be awesome. It was against 3 other guys, the catch.
Oh my gosh.
And he just went up and just
Amazing.
snagged it.
Love it.
It was awesome.
But that serves to show just how bad the Raiders are. They are on this incredible losing streak, except for the fact that Greg Williams called a cover 0 blitz.
On purpose.
Against them. And then they scored that touchdown and they actually won against the Jets. And then, the Bills that have won 8 in a row, maybe 9 in a row at this point because they just beat the Patriots on Monday Night Football. If it wasn't for the one Hail Mary pass that Kyler Murray had to DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, the Bills look pretty good, but I'm not worried about them.
There you go, man.
Just not worried. I'm not worried about anybody. I feel like we could beat anybody.
We could beat anybody as long as the offense is clicking.
As long as it's not the Packers in the snow. No more snow games. Can we just is that something you can request?
I was hitting up Titans Uni Tracker. I don't know if you follow that guy on Twitter. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Titans Uni Tracker. I was like, 59-0 loss against New England. We were wearing all white.
Was it?
It was a white helmet, white shirt, and white pants. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to double check.
We need to bring back the white helmets. That way we could really just lose by a lot. But I love the all whites, but in the snow.
I like shout out to my sister, by the way, for getting this for me for Christmas.
That's sweet.
I remember last year when everyone got this for Christmas. And Titans or AJ Brown white jersey. And I was like, dang, that looks cool. And this year I remember thinking about which jersey I would want, and an AJ Brown white jersey was the one. Do you want to know why?
Why? What do you do? It had to have been like some game.
AJ Brown goes off in the white jersey.
Oh, just overall.
His rookie season, his first touchdown was against the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
They were in all whites. And then it was that Colts game where they destroyed the Colts that AJ Brown had the 2 touchdowns. Remember, the one was a touchdown, whatever.
Yeah.
And the other one was an onside kick that he returned for a touchdown.
Yeah, that was sweet.
So he goes off in the all white. So I like the AJ Brown all white. Shout out to my sister Morgan. Thanks for making it happen.
Where's mine? I need one. I'll take a Corey Davis.
He wants a Corey Davis?
I'll take a Corey Davis. Just blue.
Just blue?
Just blue. Just like the dark blue.
Dark blue? Okay.
Dark blue. Yeah, no powder blue.
You don't like the powder blue?
I mean, I like the jersey, like, on, but I feel like I just like the dark blue. It's more...
I think like a Tannehill light blue.
Yeah, that would look pretty sweet. But the dark blue Corey Davis. I feel like he always performs well in the dark blue anyway. I'd have to like look up the stats of him in the dark blue.
Titans do really good in dark blue, like across the board.
Yeah. We need to just... Can we do dark blue the entire playoffs? That'd be ideal.
Probably not.
Probably not.
We could do it. I mean, we'll be at home when we win against the Texans. We'll be at home, so we'll probably have the choice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how any of that stuff's decided. I don't know who's in charge of... Here's another thing for my conspiracy. I don't know who's in charge of the Titans uniforms, but we're playing in the snow, and we knew days before that it was going to be snowy, and someone decided the Titans are going to be in all white.
Yeah, who makes the decision? It wouldn't be Vrabel, would it? It's probably just... You think they bring in like a marketing team to decide the color?
Equipment.
You think the
equipment manager?
Do you think they like survey the players and like, what do you want to wear? I feel like that's what they should do. Just survey everybody.
Who knows?
We sucked.
Oh man, it's so bad. That's why we got week 17. That's why we got the playoffs.
Yep.
We're gonna break down the playoffs. More good stuff probably in a later video. Right now we're gonna take a quick break. However, during the break, I want to show you some stuff by Jonnu Smith. What do you know about Jonnu Smith?
8 touchdowns.
8 touchdowns.
I almost said 10, maybe 10 against the Texans.
We'll see. He set the franchise record, the Titans era record for tight ends, getting 8 touchdowns. Delaney Walker had it with 7 back in 2016.
Are you serious? I'm surprised Delaney Walker never had over 10.
It's crazy, right?
Because he felt like the main target for a couple years.
He was the best. I love that guy. When we were walking around and we saw a dude with a Walker jersey on, light blue Walker jersey, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But with that touchdown in the Packers loss, the Titans have Jonnu Smith with the Titans era franchise record with 8 touchdowns.
He's a beast. Shout
out to the boy. Watch these highlights of Jonnu Smith catching touchdown passes and getting some serious yardage right now.
Just look at everything I'll show ya. Right now I'm ready, I'ma blow up. Yeah.
Okay, so we're back. How'd you like the Jonnu Smith highlights? How'd you like them?
They were good. I didn't get to see them, but I'm assuming they're good.
They're great. That dude's a beast.
He's incredible.
That dude's a beast. It's taken a while for him to really be the dude, And obviously this year he's been the dude. But he's a beast.
It feels so good having him and Ferkser. And I feel like they can just play off each other so well.
Sure, I think the guys look at him like white boy,
Yeah.
And then he goes out and he gets a first down.
He's the one that dominated. I know this is like the Jonnu Smith, what we're supposed to be talking about.
I
want to talk about Ferkser. I think last game against the Texans.
The Harvard man.
So he's probably really smart. I'm sure he is. I would imagine. He dominated the Texans. So are we going to have...
he had like a $118, didn't he?
Yeah, so are we...
Because Jonnu Smith went out with an injury.
Are we going to have a Ferkser sighting? Just
Ferkser sighting.
a Ferkser. When I say sighting, I mean over 100 yards.
Should you be starting him in fantasy?
Could not drop a pass. He did not drop like a single pass.
That was something that Collinsworth said on Sunday night.
What was it?
47 straight catches.
Oh yeah, Buck Ferkser. That's insane.
No drops.
That's insane.
I would. That's great.
Is that? I wonder what the record is.
Man, that's amazing.
He's a beast.
The record? Yeah, we gotta look that up.
The whole record.
But Jonnu Smith's great, man. I remember when they drafted him. I guess it was the 3rd round at a Florida International, and then I remember the first game that it was like, whoa, this dude's a beast. Was against the Seattle Seahawks. I guess it was like 2017 season, maybe 2018. I guess this is his 4th year. I don't know.
Jonnu?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I was going to quickly say, back to the Ferkser thing, and I think this is up to date. In this case, DeAndre Hopkins, since 2006, had 225 straight receptions without dropping a single one.
Oh, my gosh.
So Ferkser has a long way to go.
That is insane. That's from 2006 to
I'm assuming that's up to date.
To win.
I don't know.
Oh.
But that is insane.
I mean, that must have taken him 2 seasons. 2 or so seasons.
So that's between... Is that right? So it says 2006 to 2019. 225 consecutive catches without a drop. That feels fake.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
Also, what's a drop, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
You know, if it touches your hand, is it like it's got to bounce off both hands? You know, like what's a drop?
I'm not sure how it's classifying that.
I mean, you know a drop when you see it if you're a Titans fan.
Yeah.
That's a drop. There's another drop.
There's a drop. It usually comes from AJ Brown, but I'm not going to hate on AJ Brown.
Rude.
I'm not going to hate on him.
Dude.
I mean, he's consistent, but it feels like Corey Davis.
Corey Davis used to be the drop king.
Yeah, and he's gotten so much
first couple
better.
seasons, like, dang, dude.
Jonnu Smith also, I feel like, catches everything, too.
He used to drop a few balls. I remember one in particular against the Philadelphia Eagles, the 2018 season. And he was... No one around him. It was...
Was it wide open? Obviously, like, I feel like you don't want to be wide open. Because I feel like that's when you usually, like... You're already
looking at the end zone.
Am I scoring?
Yeah.
But the one thing I would like to see from Jonnu more is I feel like we used to run him more. Like last year, feel like there would be
a little end around.
Some end arounds, and he would run it for like 30, 40 yards.
Saving it for the postseason, man.
And I was looking it up, and
I'm telling you what.
This year he's only had 2 attempts at a run for 4 yards.
They've given Batson a couple chances.
Yeah, and he's had 4 attempts for 20 yards. But I missed the Jonnu Smith run just because like when he runs, like he's like a smaller Derrick Henry, but he's still like a big dude.
Man, he's huge. He's awesome. He's a beast. But love to see what that dude's been able to do. Obviously, it's a contract year for him, and it seems to me like it's either him or Corey Davis.
Yeah, that's a freaking tough decision. I feel like
that is so tough. I go back and forth on it.
So I feel like you would have to pay Corey Davis more.
Right.
Is that a good assumption?
Yeah. Wide receivers probably get paid more than tight ends.
And I feel like Vrabel might... I don't know, because it's hard, because we really have, like, A.J. Brown and Corey Davis. Like, those are the wide receivers. And then, I mean, we have Ferkser. I don't know what his contract looks like, but
I think he's only got one more year.
Okay. Well, I was going to say he's pretty consistent. And
he signed a deal in the offseason for another 1-year contract, so he's also one.
It's hard. I don't like... I'd be happy with both of them, but I don't know if that's going to work.
I'm saying either or. Which one are you taking?
Either or. I mean, I love Corey Davis, and I just...
So he's taking Jonnu Smith?
I'm taking Corey Davis.
Oh, he's taking Corey Davis.
I'm taking Corey Davis.
I love him, but that's what I was expecting.
I feel like you can find a good tight end in the league, but when you have a good wide receiver, I feel like you need to...
I feel as though Vrabel has been much more... like, I guess the word would be, like, he's praised Jonnu Smith, likes him more. I feel like Jonnu Smith's the one that's going to stick around.
I could see that. I mean, I'm not mad at either.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean,
But-
either dude. I mean, it'd be great if we could keep both. At this point, it seems like the huge mistake was taking Adoree Jackson's fifth-year option instead of Corey Davis, right? Like,
Yeah.
if we could go back in time. Like, if we knew Corey Davis was going to be like this season, like, this season, he's been fantastic, right?
Yeah.
So much better than all the rest of the season.
And at least he's been out on the field, unlike Adoree
been on-
Jackson.
Yeah, he's been out on the field. What we've seen from Adoree Jackson sucks. I get that he's like coming back into it and everything, but what a huge gamble and loss on that one. But just like Jack Conklin,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Corey Davis is gone.
I feel like he's gone, and only because he wants to get paid. And
You think he wants to get paid?
I feel like there's going to be a team that'll just pay him. I feel like he would do well at the Patriots because the Patriots have like 0 wide receivers. Not saying they have a good quarterback because Cam Newton has looked awful, but definitely go to a team that could pay him.
Yeah.
And I hope he gets his money.
The thing about that is Belichick is not normally one to like pay dudes.
That's true.
Corey Davis he is set up to get paid.
Yeah. So if he leaves, where would he go? We're just making the assumption Jonnu Smith is staying.
Yeah, I'm making that assumption myself. I don't know who like has the good like salary situation.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
I don't even know that sort of stuff.
Contract wise,
So as far as like dudes that like teams that need the dude,
mm-hmm.
I feel like obviously Jets are one.
I don't want to say it, but the Texans
Texans
really
obviously
need-
are going to be one
need
for sure.
I feel like the Ravens need a better wide
Ravens
receiver.
for sure. Yeah, you're right. I hate this conversation.
I
we're
know.
having.
Can we like move to the NFC and like teams that might need them in the NFC? The Packers. The Packers could probably use them.
You think so?
I mean, they really. I mean, they have
Man.
Devontae Adams and they have. I cannot say the guy's name, but it looks like Lizard. Is there
Lazard.
Alan
Allen.
Lazard.
Allen?
I think it's Alan.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So I hope he goes to get paid at like a crappier team.
Yeah, I know, right? Or NFC.
Um,
The Bucks could probably use another receiver.
Okay, let's not do that. The Saints could use another receiver.
Yeah, sure.
Because
Agree with that.
Michael Thomas.
When
is
Michael
kinda-
Thomas went down, it was like,
Yeah, I'm not sure who they throw to. I guess Emmanuel Sanders is their main. But
he's going to have a market, big time market.
Let's just keep them both.
Let's keep them both. I don't know how that happens. Somehow we were able to sign Tannehill and Derrick Henry to big contracts this past off season. There's going to be other dudes that need to get signed too, but somehow that happened. So miracles can happen.
Yeah, I guess I want to keep Corey just because, I mean, he's one of my favorite players on the Titans. But I feel like you can find a good wide receiver, just maybe. Because I feel like if you can just find somebody that's fast and they can catch, I mean, Tannehill will throw it to him.
Sure.
So I'm not too worried about that. Plus we have AJ. I just don't want to see him go.
Don't want to see him go. For sure. Seems like with it being a run first team, having Jonnu Smith, good blocking tight end. They put a lot of work into making him a good blocking tight end because he used to not be.
Yeah.
Seems like that's the route that they take. But love to see them both stick around, obviously. So.
He's going to make me cry.
Sorry, dude.
I don't want Corey Davis to leave.
Nothing could be worse than last season.
That's true.
Delaney Walker, Mariota, Jarrell Casey, Wesley Woodyard. Who else? Like all these dudes gone.
Yeah, I mean, but I feel like, I guess Jarrell Casey performed. Delaney Walker was injured, so that's kind of why he just kind of like left.
Just, he was just a mainstay, I mean, he came around when, like, Ken Wisenhunt was, maybe before Ken Wisenhunt. I don't know. He was around. He's been around for a long time, so.
But, like, when I thought of the Titans, it was Delaney Walker was,
Sure.
like, the guy.
Yeah, he was the dude on the whole team. He was the best dude on a lot of bad teams. So was Jarrell Casey. That's the thing about it,
Yeah. And
Because-
Jarrell Casey's, like, injured now, so, I mean, I guess I guess Mariota leaving, I wasn't too sad about just because we had Tannehill. But yeah,
Well, for people that actually liked him, like myself, it was sad.
I liked him when he performed, but that was kind of rare.
Dude. How do you not have a Twitter account?
Okay,
man?
I'm gonna say he was.
How do you not have a Twitter account?
He was better than
like
just a giant troll. He was better than our previous options.
Essentially, what you're doing.
He was better than our previous options.
This guy is not even joking. He is serious right now.
Jake Locker, like, is Jake Locker better than Mariota?
We gonna talk about Jake Locker right now?
Is he better than Mariota?
No!
I'm just kidding.
Oh my.
And then we had Zach Mettenberger. There was like 5 years of the Titans where I'm just like...
Only 5?
A lot of years.
Jeez.
But like, between like 2010, 2015, I was just like...
Rusty Smith, MVP.
I don't even know who that is. See, that's how bad it is.
Man, it was so bad for so long.
Zach Mettenberger. We had Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, did you know that? Did you know?
He's been on like 80 different teams.
Man.
Just some bad years of the Titans. But I will say Mariota was like a refresh to the Titans.
The Titans could not be where they are now if it wasn't for Mariota.
He's definitely like the starting point for all this to happen.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't hate him. I just like Tannehill 10 times more.
Tannehill's the man.
He's the man.
Except for when he does a finger roll.
I love the finger roll. It's one of the best celebrate. Can we talk about celebrations in football?
Oh my
gosh.
The finger roll?
The finger roll's the best.
You like the finger roll?
He did it on like the 40-yard run.
I saw it.
But it was like a little delayed. Like usually he does it like going into the end zone. Yeah. But he, I guess, was just happy
I think he knew that the Titans were not going to try.
Yeah. So he didn't do it. It was a delayed. And I think it was like a very lame attempt at it.
Also, he's thinking about the time that he nearly squashed his knee.
Yeah.
When they did it.
I mean, he jumped so high. You came
I forget which team that was against. I think it was the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
I think he ran it against the Bills and then nearly dislocated
broke his leg.
patella. Okay, so you like the finger roll.
I love the finger roll.
I think he looks like a dweeb whenever he goes up there like that.
But it's kind of nice. There's something super nice about it.
It's very similar to what Nate Washington used to do. Nate Washington used to jump in the air and flip the ball, and he used to make me nervous because he normally was doing it, like you say, like going into the end zone. He would jump into the air and he would like flip, do a little
like
flip.
A finger roll.
It was like a finger roll, but he would like flip the football.
Oh, he would like spin it.
Yeah, he would take it like this. He would just like every time it was jump in the air and then just like flipping the football around. I like. I'll tell you what brought tears to my eye. Kansas City Chiefs playoff game, wild card, 2000 at the time. I guess it was year 2018, but it was after the 2017 season. I don't know if I'm saying that right or not. Everyone knows the Kansas City Chiefs wild card, Mariota touchdown to himself. That game was also a game where Derrick Henry went off for like $150 or something. This crazy amount of yards, and just was destroying the Chiefs in the second half of that game. But Derrick Henry had not really established himself as the king at that point yet, although his Instagram and Twitter account would say otherwise. But he goes in the end zone on a big, long, like 30, 40-yard touchdown run. And when he gets in the end zone, he celebrates by doing the Chris Johnson.
The CJ, where he like does the head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Moves his like legs.
To give it the worst name you possibly could. But you're very correct. When he does that brought like a tear to my eye. Like to see him like in this big, huge moment for him and his team at that point in time. To like pay tribute to like who came before.
Yeah.
To me, that was so awesome. That was like a moment when I was like, Derrick Henry's the dude.
It was just so funny coming from somebody with like the exact opposite body type, because you're used to seeing like Chris Johnson, who's like very short and kind of little, do it, and then you see Derrick Henry, who just looks like a bulldozer, just like moving.
But honestly, like if you look at the guys, like. They're both home run hitters.
Mm-hmm.
They're both, just like every single time looking for the end zone. You know, they're not Sean Green. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they're not Lindell White. They're not out there to get you 3-4 yards on every single touch. They're out there like trying to get into the end zone on every single play. And so they're a little similar in that, but you're right. Like it's way different when you see Derek, all 250 pounds of him going out there. But when that happened, I was like, man, that is so special. That is so cool that he would choose to do that in this moment. Love that guy.
It's awesome. I wonder if Eddie George had any. Did Eddie George have any like?
Well, you know,
very specific,
celebrations were like
you used to get fined. You used to
taboo
get like
back
fined like $1 million if you were
Yeah.
celebrated, which is, I'm glad they've like allowed them now, because there's nothing better than like the defensive celebrations after
when they
like, an
all run
interception.
down to the other end zone.
and like the players that don't even play just come onto the field and just get
that
the picture.
It's kind of it's like the big difference between like offense and defense is a lot of times offense, the one dude will go out there and you'll see him have his dance by himself for
Mhm.
himself, you know? Like mostly Titans, you know, you'll see like AJ Brown and Ben Jones go out there and like do the body dance,
Mhm.
which is awesome. You know, you'll see them do, you know, like when Dennis Kelly would get his touchdowns, it was like, you know, give a beer to everybody, you know, like it was, you know, it was team encompassing, but a lot of times you see guys have their own dance that they do. But the defense is always, let's get everybody in on this, you know, let's get everybody in on the celebration because it's all of us, we all did it together,
Yeah.
you know.
And that's like a league-wide thing. Like you'll see every single team.
Yeah, it's not like one
Anytime
defense.
there's like an interception, it's the entire team is like down in the end zone, like posing for a picture.
Yeah, it's cool.
It is really cool.
Good for them.
Yeah, Malcolm Butler had 2 interceptions. No, he had 1 interception against the Packers,
I think just one.
and they didn't celebrate because there was nothing to celebrate.
Did they
I
not
think he
celebrate?
did the discount double
I
check.
had to look at that.
I think he did. I think that's what I read. I didn't see it happen, and he looked pissed off after he caught it. But
Because they were meaning to lose.
They didn't celebrate because they wanted to lose. I think they were celebrating anytime Devontae Adams scored. I think the Titans defense was. They were down in the other end zone, just like taking a picture. They go get the ball from Devontae Adams. You're like, we'll take this and go celebrate.
You don't need it anymore.
You don't need it. You don't need these 3 touchdowns. This ball's nothing special. We'll go celebrate with it because we wanted to lose.
Now, that's not necessarily what I'm saying, but I think maybe not 100% effort was given because Titans were looking ahead.
We didn't want to lose. We just didn't care as much. We didn't care as much.
All right, this has been a fun episode. Thanks for being here. Thanks for liking and subscribing. If you have never been on the show before, this is NGB Talk. My name is Nick Brown. This is Scott Hall. I got a bunch of great comments on the last video. Dudes showing up that I haven't seen in the comment section of my video in a long time. You guys showed up. Love you guys. We all love Titans here. We all love all the Titans.
Every single Titan that's ever been is loved.
Hold on.
There's definitely some.
Hold on.
Definitely some, like Pac-Man Jones.
Vic
I'm
Beasley.
not a huge Vic Beasley. No.
What's the love?
Pac-Man Jones? No, I'm not loving that. I'm not gonna hate on Jadeveon Clowney though. He put forth effort that Vic Beasley didn't.
Sure.
But no hate towards any Titan.
No hate.
No hate. Just
Who's the dude from like maybe back? Like that was a pretty good throwback. Like calling out Pac-Man Jones for being
the 2005 to like the 2015 range. There's got to be one person where you're just like, do not like that person. And it's probably because Pac-Man Jones, like I didn't dislike him because of like the stuff.
Kenny Britt.
I liked Kenny Britt.
What a joke.
I liked Kenny
What
Britt.
an idiot.
He had like some huge games.
Yeah, he did. He's still an idiot.
He's dumb, but
He's a moron.
there was some big games. Like I'm not gonna hate on Vince Young, even though I feel like that'd be an easy target.
Easy target.
Because he performed well in like some games.
Mm-hmm. Albert Hainsworth.
I don't hate Albert Hainsworth.
No, I like that guy.
He was was he a Pro Bowler? I'm sure he was.
Oh, he was incredible player.
Just a bad person for like stomping on people's like heads.
Shouldn't stomp on people's heads.
Don't stomp on people's heads, but he's still loved as a Titan, not necessarily a person. except for Vic Beasley.
Oh, Vic, get out of here. Now he's playing for the Raiders defense.
Is he on the Raiders?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
What are they doing with him?
He's probably standing around.
Oh my gosh, I'm sure he's standing around doing nothing.
I mean, he's getting paid, so.
Getting paid.
Smart man.
He's getting paid. They broke it down on Bussin' with the Boys how Will Compton, he got cut and he got re-signed. So he's going to collect the pay from his original contract, and then he'll collect more money because he got cut or something like that. Like Vic Beasley's going to get paid.
He's going to get paid.
To stand around.
What, we gave him $10 million, I think?
Something like that. Close.
To stand around. I wish I could get paid $10 million to stand around.
Ooh, man, tell you what. Have a good haircut, by the way.
Yeah. Have a good haircut.
You seen Vic Beasley's haircut?
I feel like I can't picture it in my head, but I've seen it. So I'm just making up things in my head, whatever it could look like.
I don't know. I don't know what he's thinking out there.
But that's okay. We don't hate him.
We don't hate him.
No hate him.
No hate on Vic Beasley.
Some hate on Vic Beasley. Just a little bit.
All right, it's been a good video. Thanks for being here. Thanks for liking and subscribing. You guys are awesome. Tighten up.
See y'all.